Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to my Lisa Eldridge video. This popped through my door this morning and I am so excited to just try all these products, play around with them all and share my thoughts with you. So let's dive right into it. So I picked up 4 of her new Luxuriously Lucent lip shades. These are a semi-sheer coverage lipstick with a satin finish. It delivers with one swipe, or you can build the colour to create a more radiantly polished look. Smooth, light and pleasurable on the lips. So I picked up 4 shades of this Luxuriously Lucent lip colour. I picked up Painterly, Atomic Cherry, Kitten, Mischief and Dance Card. Dance Card is currently out of stock, but I see on Lisa's website it says that she has more stock arriving on the 16th of June, so hold on to your horses, it's coming very shortly. Atomic Cherry is currently just out of stock and doesn't seem to have a restock date, but Painterly and all of the other shades in fact are currently in stock, so the only shade that is fully out of stock seems to be Atomic Cherry at this moment. I also picked up 2 shades of the Gloss Embrace lip gloss. So this is a smooth, non-sticky veil of colour which simultaneously replenishes your lips with nourishing oils and butters. Functions as both a medium to high pigment gloss and instant restoring treatment, cushioning the lips with hydrators and leaving them soft as silk. Lips feel smoothed and plumped long after application has worn off. The benefits of intense lip care fused with the fashionability of a truly lucent lip colour. So I picked up one of the new shades, which is Affair, and one of the re-promoted shades, Go Lightly. I also picked up one shade of her new highlighter, and this is a gorgeously glowy and seamless highlighter that looks flattering in all lighting. Available in 4 skin adaptive sheer tones designed to add an amplified luminous glow to the high points of the face while simultaneously delivering high performance skin benefits. An ingenious glow/skincare hybrid with subtle skin tightening and smoothing effects. Build to the desired level of glow you prefer. At this moment, all shades of the highlighter are currently in stock, so you can just get your mitts on it willy-nilly about the place. And finally, I picked up one shade of her new Enlivening blush. This is a unique, innovative makeup skincare hybrid formula infused with skincare ingredients and blurring technology. The super light textured cream blush is incredibly easy to apply and blend. It imparts the cheeks with a wonderfully believable, translucent blushing from within effect. Feels creamy on application and blends down to a natural skin-like finish that is neither too dewy or too matte. And this blush is fully sold out in all shades currently, but I did see Lisa replying to comments on her Instagram saying that this was going to be restocked very soon, so stay tuned for updates on her website and on her social medias. I picked up the shade Dante's Dream in this blush. So that is everything that I chose from this collection. Let's get on with the demo and see all these products applied to the face. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the base products. I have foundation on and concealer, and I set my concealer under my eyes, down my nose with powder, but there's no other powder on my face as we're working with liquids, cream products. I thought that was for the best. I've also left my skin bare of bronzer just because I really want you guys to be able to see like the finish of these products and the colour of these products without going on top of something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the highlight first on this side of my face and the blush first on this side of my face. So again, we don't see both products at the same time, so we can't really tell which product is giving us what effect. So I'm going to start off with the highlight. So as I showed you, it has this really chunky, funky chunky doe foot. I've seen Lisa sort of dotting it on and then just dabbing it with a finger, but you know me, I can't touch stuff. I've got issues, okay? I don't like touching stuff. So I'm just going to use my Daniel Sandler water brush and I'm just going to sort of touch that on the doe foot and apply this. I guess if you're a makeup artist, you're probably more likely to do that as well because for hygiene purposes. So I'm just going to sort of dab this on using this brush and really lightly so it doesn't disturb my base. I'm just going to tap it on there. I was a little concerned. So this is, there is powder like on my chin and there is powder down my nose. So it's going to be, we're going to test how it goes on top of powder just to see whether it can be applied on top of powder without causing a problemo. I feel my lights were a little bright, so I've turned them down so you can actually see. I've definitely slightly picked up, I think, my foundation. I can kind of, this is like melasma here, and I think I've kind of lost a little bit of coverage just where I applied that, versus if you look at this side, do you think, did you see that? I felt like I lost a little bit of coverage. It's probably my fault for using a brush instead of a finger, but this is one of the things to kind of note about base products. Probably why it's a good idea as well to not go in with bronzer, especially like a powder bronzer first, because I always just find that creams, they kind of take away powders underneath and you end up then with a uneven appearance. So when I go on this side, I'm going to use a finger. I'm going to force myself. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take one for the team. So now on this side, let's squeeze out a little bit. I've seen Lisa saying the teensiest bit that this goes a very long way. So I'm going to use a really small amount. I'm going to use my Rephr 04 brush, and I'm just going to sort of tap that on the back of my hand. I'm just dabbing it to make sure that I don't get like an uneven amount on my brush. You can see there's a big splodge there, so I'm just going to use the back of my hand to kind of get rid of that splodge. This is such a gorgeous shade. I mean, you saw the tiniest little dot there that I used, and then I really blended it out on the back of my hand, and yet it's still more than enough. Plenty. And then I'm going to go over with my sponge just to stop this sort of blending away from where I want it to be. Oh, that's very quick and easy. It's so light, like there's really nothing to the formula. Very thin, very light. Both the highlight and the blush have a very, very faint, pleasant skincare type scent to them, so you can see that's very natural. Bear in mind that what you see up here is melasma and not patchy blush. It's summer and it's out of control already. So I'm just going to pick up, I'm not going to put any more, I'm just going to like go back in with this brush and go where we've already got the highlight to see. So that's given, because I've used a lot less, I've just used the dregs on the back of my hand. It's giving a much more natural, I feel like these blushes will be very flexible as far as skin tones and as far as how much you want to blush or not. I almost feel like I want to just do a bit more on this side just to kind of even things up. Dangerous, like to live dangerously, you know. This brush is working very nicely. Just, I'm not having any issues with the blush at all. Definitely not seeing it picking up foundation, not seeing it move anything. Very, very easy to work with. So that's a treat for me, because you know I struggle with cream products in general. They're not easy for me. I do find them hard. I'm actually tempted to kind of just build this up a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just wanting to, you know, play myself. Who knows? I mean, this, because it's the brush and the brush is kind of picking it up unevenly, because that's the nature of a brush, I guess, with creams. It's kind of picking up more on some bristles than others, but it's just not like the blush is like, that's cool, and it's just blending out regardless. It's not leaving any spots, it's not leaving any, you know, built up product. It's just blending. Like, I feel like I could do this all day. It's so easy. And you know me, you know I'm not a cream connoisseur, I'm not a cream fan. This is such a lovely formula. Oh my god, has she converted me? Maybe. Okay, now I regret not buying the other blush that I said I was going to. But this is such a pretty shade, and it's so perfect for summer. So I'm glad I went with the one that I did. I think this is like the one for me. I feel like I don't need bronzer, because it's kind of got that almost, you know, that sunburnt tone to it, so you don't even feel like you need bronzer. So I'm now going to do the unheard of, or the unthinkable in this house, and use my finger to apply this highlight. Only for Lisa would I do this, okay? So I'm just gonna tap. I mean, it's not too bad with this type of product. I mean, I flatly refuse to like apply foundation with fingers or hand or concealer, but a highlight, it's not too bad. I'm okay. I'm trying not to panic. It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. It's not bad, you know. I draw the line here though. This is where the line is for me. Okay, she's right. Okay, I don't like to listen to people. Okay, even the likes of Lisa Eldridge, I don't like to listen. I like to do my own thing and mess it up. But it's way better with a finger. No problem. Nothing picked up. Nothing lifted up. I swear, just here it picked up my foundation a tiny little toots, but not on this side. So yeah, finger application, listen to Lisa, of course, obviously, who wouldn't do that? And then I'm just kind of going back over with a bit of blush just to blend everything. I mean, very pretty. I thought that this highlight was going to be super beaming and super crazy over the top, and I've used a small amount. It's very natural. It's just like that sort of glass skin effect, and it's just really skin-like. It's very smooth. I don't know how much you'll be able to see on camera, but it is beautifully smooth, just glossy skin. And it is that Lisa Eldridge look. It's just fresh, super natural skin-like. It's not going to be over the top and too much. I mean, even the blush, I feel like I'm very heavy-handed and it's very easy to do too much when it comes to blush. Like, I just like to go ham, especially with liquids and creams. It can be very tricky to not do too much, and then you end up with nowhere to blend it, and so it comes down too far or it comes in too far. This is just, it's gone exactly, despite my completely haphazard, hap-handed, heavy-handed, awful approach and application. It's exactly where I want it. It's exactly the right amount. I might be a convert, you know, I might be a convert, but only to Lisa, only for Lisa's. I've never met another cream or liquid that I've been okay with. By the way, my poor lips are still in absolute ribbons from my last lip swatch video, so of course we've got to apply a load more lipsticks. That's just what they needed, but you know, they're hanging in there, especially for you. So let's start off with Dance Card. This is the shade that people were screaming out for because it's supposed to be quite close to Go Lightly. I absolutely see it. I see the similarity. It's definitely a muted, less bright version of Go Lightly, definitely in the same colour family, I would say. So yeah, if you have been hankering after Go Lightly, although the shade is now sold out, but if you have ordered this one, it is going to be kind of in the same colour family. I'll have comparison swatches at the end of the video if you want to see how close it is, but this is Dance Card. Oh, just like summer perfect. Perfect thing about these lipsticks is they are just so easy. You know, they're not full opacity. They're kind of, they start off with like a wash of colour and you can just build it up to like a medium opacity, and it's just, they're still just super natural. You can still see like your natural colour showing through a little. Sorry, this is the shade Kitten Mischief, and this is the one that Lisa said she made for herself, her perfect colour. These are so comfortable on the lips, like the most comfortable formula, which is exactly what my lips needed today after the other day. So this is Kitten Mischief. I mean, your lips but better all day. Perfect everyday handbag staple, which is exactly what Lisa said she was going for. Next we have Painterly. This is Kitten Mischief for me, for my skin tone. I feel like this is the perfect Your Lips But Better everyday shade for a more medium to tan skin tone. It's not too brown, it's not too pink, it's absolutely perfect. Love that one. I think I'm going to do Atomic Cherry last because I know that's going to be the one I want to wear today. So let's do the Go Lightly gloss that already somehow has a dog hair on it. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's lovely. Such a pretty shade. Can't go wrong. Like the perfect summer gloss. You don't need a lipstick underneath, just for every day, for every single day of your life. This just feels so nourishing as well. This formula is to die for. And then a Fair gloss, a Fair, one of her matte lipsticks originally, now in a gloss. Ah, exactly what I was looking for, the perfect nude gloss. Doe Foot is perfect as well. It just gets the perfect application, the perfect amount of product. It's precise, it's not too firm, it's not too soft either. So this is a Fair gloss. I mean, it's the perfect nude gloss. And now for Atomic Cherry, the one that I was the most excited about when I saw the pictures, and then when I saw Lisa's video, I knew I had to have it. It's such a me shade. So pretty. This is like the perfect bright for people scared of brights. This has got that really easygoing buildable formula. So although it looks crazy bright in the bullet, on the lips, it's much more muted. So you're not going to get like that really bright colour that is really scary for some people and intimidating for some people. It's like a muted version, so it's much easier to wear. It's much less intimidating if you're a bit scared of colour. I'm going to try the Go Lightly gloss over the top of this one because I feel like they're a match made in heaven. I mean, definitely. This just makes, I mean, this gloss on anything just makes everything feel like you're wearing a lip mask. It's just so nourishing and soothing on the lips. It instantly just comforts my poor over-swatched lips. So here is the finished look with all of the products. I am in love with these cheek products. I think they're just so easy and quick, which is not something I usually feel about cream or liquid products. I usually find them a pain, to be honest, and tricky. These were super easy. I haven't had any issues. The blush in particular is like life-changing. If you like cream or liquid blushes, you're going to die for this, because I don't. I dislike them, actually. Generally, I pretty strongly dislike liquid or creams all over the place, but particularly blushes. They're like my horror product, and I love this and will actively commit to using this again, like with no fear. So if you already loved liquids and creams, this is going to blow your mind, I'm sure. The highlight is just perfection. Super smooth, glowy, inoffensive, like perfect daytime highlight for me. You could obviously use it more heavily to get a more blingy highlight if that's what you like, but this for me is the perfect natural glow to the skin. I just think it's gorgeous. You could also use it under foundation. I know Lisa said that it's too highlighty to use like as a sort of primer or mix with foundation, because you're going to end up with like shimmer all over your skin, but I think applying it to the high points and then going in with foundation, and you'll just get the stunning, or to tinted moisturiser even more so it can show through with the glow. I just think that will be absolutely stunning and so understated if that's what you're looking for. It's definitely got that sort of filtered luminosity to it with that really super smooth finish. Okay, so now let's get on with some swatches. First up, we're looking at the highlight in the shade Solar Light. Then I've got the blush in the shade Dante's Dream. And then the glosses. First we have Go Lightly, then Affair, then we have the blush gloss and the ribbon gloss. And then we're moving on to the lipsticks, starting with the new shades with Atomic Cherry, Painterly, Kitten Mischief, Dance Card, and I'm swatching that next to Go Lightly, Affair, Blush, Ribbon, and Muse. So I'm just going to swatch now for you the shade that Lisa said is kind of a toned down muted version of Go Lightly to see if it's going to work for you. This is the one that's restocking in a couple of days. So first up, this is Go Lightly. This is the original that started all of the hype. As you can see, a really lovely bright pop of salmon colour. And then you have Dance Card right next to it. So this is the shade that Lisa said, this is kind of a muted toned down version. You can see they are quite similar. I'll just swatch the gloss and then I'll give you a close up. So this is the gloss. Really hard, you might have noticed I was struggling in the swatches to swatch these because they are, you know, generally a sheerer gloss. So it's kind of hard to build the colour up for a decent swatch, as you can see. One moment. So this is the original Go Lightly. These swatches are horrendous, I'm so sorry, I can only apologise. This is Dance Card and this is the Go Lightly gloss. So you can see, definitely agree with what Lisa said. Dance Card is like your muted toned down version. Okay, so you've had all of the swatches, you've seen my application, and now for my final thoughts. I start with the lipsticks because they're the easiest. These are just so easygoing and beautiful on the lips. This is like my perfect formula for summer and really all year round, honestly, because I just love these easygoing, don't need a mirror, you know, you can reapply on the go in your car, wherever you are, without needing a mirror, without needing a lip liner, without even having to be particularly careful. You can just you know, whack on as much or as little as you like, build up the colour as much or as little as you'd like, and you're good to go. All of these shades are super wearable for every day, for every occasion. Whatever you're doing, these shades are going to work because they're just so easy and understated and pretty, and I think there's really a shade for everybody. They're very comfortable on the lips, they feel really nice, they're a nice sort of hydrating feeling, light feeling on the lips. Love the finish, how they are that sort of, not a gloss, but has that nice healthy sheen to it that is very flattering on lips. Of course, I love them all. If I was going to pick a favourite, it's definitely going to be Atomic Cherry for me. I just love this shade. You know I love brights, particularly in the summer months. So that being the brightest shade, of course it was going to be my favourite. The glosses are like hands down my favourite gloss formula of all time. They feel like heaven. They feel like a lip mask. They are just so nourishing. I totally agree with the way that Lisa describes them, that they are a gloss meets lip care hybrid. They are just absolutely beautifully feeling on the lips, so comfortable, so nourishing, so hydrating. It's got the perfect amount of pigment. I love that we now have a nude version that can be worn by itself, because that's kind of what I like in the summer, and they're just completely non-sticky. I was going to say unsticky, non-sticky formula. They go beautifully over the top of lipsticks, and you can really use these with any of the shades of her lipstick that you have. I use her blush gloss that I own all of the time just over any nude, because it just is, it never clashes. It just gives anything that you want a really gorgeous glossy plumping finish. The highlight, I have quite a few of these types of products, like the Charlotte Tilbury, you know, the wand, or her Hollywood Flawless filter is quite similar to this. I think the Charlotte Tilbury is much more like of a metallic finish. This one for me is just much more natural. Obviously the Charlotte Tilbury used under foundation, you can still see a glow through, whereas I think this one one is just that bit more subtle. Unless you really built it up, the under foundation or full coverage foundation, I don't think you're going to see much of that effect underneath. And obviously Lisa doesn't recommend mixing this one with your foundation because it will be a shimmery glow all over your face, but lots of people will like that, so that's up to you how you use it. I just think it's a gorgeous light glow to the skin, super natural. The way I used it today, it's like you wouldn't know I was wearing highlight. It just looks like gorgeous, healthy glow to the skin, and I really like that. This is definitely one that I will use again. The blush for me is the standout, which is obviously like typically Sod's Law, because it's the one that is like fully sold out, the product that is fully sold out at the moment, but it is being restocked, so hold your horses. I just think this is a miracle product. I have told you 100 times, I don't like creams, I don't like liquids, particularly in blush form. It's my hell, honestly. I didn't even want to pick this up. I only did so because I wanted to review it and show you guys how it performed, because I know a lot of you love cream and liquid blushes. So I literally bought this for you guys. So I have you to thank for this discovery, because I'm shook. It was just so easy. I love the effect. I love how natural it is. It was different to other creams and liquids I've tried, where you know, they can dry down too quickly, or they don't dry down and they leave like a stickiness to the skin. Like, you can't feel anything on my skin. Now that this blush has had the chance to dry down, there's the teensiest bit of tack to it that doesn't feel any different than when I don't set my foundation. There's this tiny, the teensiest bit of tack, no stickiness whatsoever, nothing sticking to it, nothing just feeling heavy or sticky or moving around. It just feels like it's dried down and it hasn't gone flat or matte, but it's not this dewy, sticky, shiny mess either that I find a lot of these types of blushes become throughout the day, or certainly how they don't dry down is often an issue for me. Also, the problem I find with a lot of these products are that they're either too thick or they're too thin, and I just can't get them to go and stay where I want them to. That was just not an issue with this. When you squeeze it out, it looks super thick, but then when you work it in, it feels like it's nothing. It's miraculous, really. I don't know how that works, how that's a thing. But this brush, my number 4 with Rephr, applied it stunningly, beautifully, and it wasn't, you know, there was just no problem. I didn't sort of use a sponge which would have blended it for me. I kind of whacked it haphazardly on, yet it just blended exactly where I want it. It didn't go all over the place. I didn't have to spread it all over my whole face to get it to blend out. It's so easy and buildable. I like it. Can you tell I like it? I think it's amazing. So I need more. I'm going to have to wait for the restock now, which is, you know, well done. So that was kind of the standout product for me, which I guess was to be expected, because, you know, I do feel like liquid and cream highlights aren't particularly unheard of. You know, we have seen them, we've probably got a few of them already. So although I think it's nice, I've certainly have seen and tried similar products. This for me is pretty special and unique, the blush. And the gloss and lipsticks, I already had those formulas and I already knew that I loved them. So for me, the special product in this launch is this blush. And I just really didn't expect it to be special. So if you were really excited about this, you're going to love it even more than I did. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on this new collection from Lisa Eldridge. I hope you found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.